Okay, hello Sugar Buns, welcome to LuS vs Dawn. This is second game, round 1, first half for Japan qualifiers. Let's see, Priestess first ban coming in from Burio. We have Kirida, Nameko and Ameri from LuS's side. Nameko would be someone who we will focus on more though. Nameko would be very interesting to see, but it seems like Priestess being banned first in Red Church isn't such a bad choice as well, considering the fact that Church is a pretty darn strong area in which Priestess can support. Because as long as Priestess stays in the middle, she can't be chased, and it's also the fact that survivors can also utilize her portals, which hurts a lot for, I'd say, all hunters in general, not gonna lie with you. Coming out from LuS's side, we have a female dancer and an acrobat coming out. Surprised that there is no seer though, considering that Burio may play Bonbon as well. But that genuinely just depends at the end of the day. Then coming out, we have a seer and Prozy ban. Nameko's Prospector has been banned, but it seems like the anti-current will be coming out instead. If I'm not wrong, Nameko actually mains Prospector, but Antiquarian is scarier than Prospector, so that's something we should be more wary about. The difference between a Prozy and an Antiquarian, as I said last video as well, is Prospector has 3 magnets that's accumulated over time that has no cooldown, but it takes a long time to recharge the magnets. Meanwhile, Antiquarian can have 3 flutes and disarm you for 12 seconds and has a 15-second cooldown. That's a whole different story. Now the last pick will be First Officer coming out as well with a mercenary ban. I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued that the JP server loves banning rescuers in general. But then at the end of the day, I do understand as well, a Naiad coming out from here. I feel like maybe if you keep Mercy there, it may be a little bit better. Because even though Mercy may be able to like close a lot of distance between himself and the ciphers, it's still not worth it to ban Mercy, especially when after First Officer uses Moonwatch, it's an 8% decoding buff right there for him, even though he has a 20% debuff if I'm not wrong. At the end of the day, this First Officer will still decode faster than the Mercy, and it's also including the fact that First Officer moves 10% faster during the Poseidon Watch stage. So, all in all, at the end of the day, can you Terror Shock a First Officer? That's highly unlikely. He still will have that 5-second tie time, so it's highly unlikely right there. Acrobat and Female Dancer coming out, I can see why. Female Dancer will most likely be the support for Priestess, as we can see here. Female Dancer spawning in middle. We have Don Burio spawning by Corner Cipher. I'll call that Corner Cipher. Spawning by Corner Cipher right here. Nameko in Shack. Dan, whatever that area is called, and Kiri near Graveyard. Oh, this is going to be more interesting to see. To be fair, I'm more intrigued on seeing an excitement coming in from Naiad here. Cause if we're gonna talk logistically speaking, if we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna chase after Nameko first to Antiquarian, can you really do it with moisture? No, not really. Cause like, Antiquarian can use her mini speed boost when she swings the bamboo around her, but it's also the fact that even if Naiad manages to catch up to Antiquarian, it's a disarm right there for you, right? It's also the fact that Female Dancer in middle would be more scarier than usual, but so I feel like maybe chasing Female Dancer and start getting a big huge abyss in middle may be a little bit better. Then as you can see, Burio spawning in and Nameko already pulling out, throws the harpoon down. Does it seem like Burio wants to make a big abyss right here? Female Dancer trying to rotate away. First Officer and Acrobat is currently decoding, but it does seem like Nameko will be containing first. Is this really such a good idea now? It's a fish versus someone who can hit the fish. Oh lord, but there is no moisture made here as we can see as well. Nameko currently utilizing the speed boost, mini speed boost right there, and jumping over with the staff just so Burio cannot basically get a Terror Shock on Nemeko. Now then, once again, probably should be able to jump over right here because of the slow debuff. That's very nicely done. Quenching Fist coming out right here from Budio. This is another slow movement speed made by Female Dancer. Slow music box right here, but I don't think this is going to do much right here. Even if Budio decides to make this mini Abyss, it's only 91. It's only 91 on Antiquarian. It's also the fact that Antiquarian does have Flywheel here. So even if Budio does manage to close the distance right here, Flywheel, very nicely done, very nicely done by Nameko. One push back and another disarm. Oh wait, that's no disarm right there, as we can see as well. First officer's nearby. First officer has to start pulling away right here. It's either first officer pull away or Nameko pulls away. This is more important. Bar pulls the pallet down. It seems like 3 ciphers are nearly done. Nameko with one more staff left. Just waiting for the Naiad right here, okay? One more slap. Nope, there's no slap needed. Of course, getting out of the huge abyss right here, as we can see. Budio trying to now. It's 1 minute 50 seconds into the game. No hit made, and 3 ciphers done. We can see how annoying this is right now. Nameko can still. And you know what? I think Nameko can just save. Nameko can just save his staff. Right here. Oh, hits the wall right there. Nameko can just save his staff, yeah. Because there's no point in using staff here when first officer's nearby as well. So probably will be using that for a rebound kite potential. We'll see how it goes later though. And then Budio once again trying to look for where Nameko is. Nameko still does have one staff hit. Dodges the moisture right there. One staff hit down, okay, 4-second disarm. Well, 5-second disarm to be fair with you on that point. Oh! Never mind. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. The slow music box may came out a little bit late, but you know what? It's fine. Because, like, slow attack recovery and slow normal hit is fine as well. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Now then, going back, seeing here, Budio trying to chair near First Officer Cypher. First Officer Cypher currently 56%. But does that really matter at the end of the day? No. No, because First Officer won't get Terror Shocked. He won't. He just won't get Terror Shock. Even if First Officer does get Terror Shock, there's still a Female Dancer here. So there's really nothing you can do about it. Female Dancer can also dance away, as we can see here. First Officer with a no damage rescue as well. Nameko trying to dodge that charge attack hit. Decides not to use. Oh no, she doesn't have any bamboo left. She doesn't have any flute left, which is fine, of course. Now, with 70% left on that cipher, there is no way Budio can actually lock the cipher because the harpoon didn't really go at the right direction. Here, as we can see as well, Budio is either going to be forced to chair in basement, if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Oh no, oh yeah, basement is there. Can you make it to basement from here? I think it's a little bit. Oh, there's a chance that there's Giant Claw, considering how there's Clenching Fist coming out from Budio right here. Nameko going in. This, okay, it's not too deep. It's not. Sorry. It's not too deep in, but getting the rescue right there. Getting off. The flywheel, very nicely done. Sorry, there's something in my throat. Oh my god, I'm choking on something. Antiquarian probably will be taking Terror Shock right there. But Anti contain more than enough. 2 minutes into the game, 3 ciphers already done. Yeah, it was not a good idea chasing Antiquarian. It was not a good idea chasing Antiquarian. This is the biggest problem. This is genuinely the biggest problem right here as well, as we can see. It's pretty darn fast, isn't it? This is what you get for chasing. This is what you get for chasing Antiquarian, sadly. By theory, yes, it would work, but at the end of the day, not really. Now then, moving on towards second half, we will have MC Neko. Oh, we'll have MC Neko coming out with Dawn Survivor. Let's see, it's Mono P Kitty, Hoo and YAT Yacht. Now then, onto the game we go. First band seems like it's going to be Mercenary once again. After Mercy's band, we'll see a First Officer and an Acrobat coming down. Yeah. I mean, I do understand once again why a lot of people ban Mercenary. It's really up to themselves at the end of the day. But for me, I wouldn't ban in general. Because, like, even if you have a survivor who can take Terror Shocks, it doesn't mean that this Terror Shock is going to occur all the time. So I guess for Japan server, it's more of a way for them to play a little bit more safe than usual. Now then, the next 2 bands are going to be Female Dancer and Antiquarian. Very nice bands. It seems like Seer and Priestess will be let out for this one, surprisingly. I'm quite surprised, I won't lie. Female Dancer and Antiquarian is understandable. I most likely will ban those 2 as well if I had 4 bans. But most likely Seer and Priestess first bans are for me as a Sculptor main. Even though Antiquarian may be coming out. Then let's see. Oh, Enchantress. Enchantress. Now, I don't know who MC Neko means. That's the problem. So if an Enchantress comes out, then it simply just means that it's either that this hunter that MC Neko mains is easily looped, so Enchantress can stay nearby teammates and gain some stacks to harass, or they just believe that Ench will become first chase. But going in YAT with the last pick and the survivor plans from MC Neko, it seems like it's going to be Patient though. Patient isn't too bad. Patient isn't too bad of a ban. But of course, Patient is very similar to a Merc as well, if you think about it in that aspect. Magician coming out. 3-1 Magician isn't going to be too bad then. Magician is quite a decent container at the end of the day. The only reason why he's not picked as much in current day meta is because he doesn't really have any support abilities. Compared to, you know, Acrobat, at least he can Fireball, Mudball, Snowball, and I guess Patient is just stronger overall compared to Magician, but Magician is still a very good container overall. Just not that much of a support, to be fair with you on that point. He's not a jack of all. He's just focuses on one. Meanwhile, a lot of other survivors in general has like 2 roles or 3. Oh, Lizard. MC Neko means Lizard. I can see why. Okay, you know what? I can see why Ench is coming out. Because the problem with Lizard early game is he can be looped, right? And if they allow Ench to, and if Lizard allows Ench to loop him and gain stacks, then Lizard won't be able to get a hit. But if Lizard does get a hit early game and Ench has 1 stack, that's also fine as well. Because Lizard early game with no presence can't do anything against an Ench. He can't, because the moment that Lizard comes down, Ench can immediately mini stun and go through the pallet. That's the problem with Lizard versus Ench right here. Unless it's a phase 2, then it's a whole different story. But it seems like Neko spawning near Mono P, the Magician right here, Kitty, Acrobat nearby, and in middle is the first officer. We're gonna hope that there's a Cypher in middle, because if there's no Cypher in middle, then they're gonna take a lot of time to decode for this one as well. Onto the game we go. We have LuS MC Neko's Lizard, the Reptilian versus Magician, Acrobat, First Officer, and Enchantress. Ench, I would say Ench will most likely bring Flywheel. Ench and Magician is more of a flywheel. You can bring any other persona, whatever you want with him, to be fair with you at that point. But onto the game we go. Now then, it's game 1, second half. LuS MC Neko versus Dawn Survivors. Now then, onto fourth Cypher we go. Very close towards red carpet right now, as we can see where Magician has rotated. Still trying to gain as much distance as possible, but gaining distance is not how you contain a Lizard at the end of the day. Now here, as we can see, Lizard, no, not Lizard, Magician successfully rotating towards this area. That's a very nice wand right there. 1 wand has been used, 2 wand left for consumption. Putting down that pallet right there, knowing that Lizard does have, knowing that Lizard does have Peeper here, probably would work a little bit better for MC Neko right here. But this also means that Magician knows that there's no need for a there's no need for a blink predict, as well as that. And then most likely we'll be able to vault over the pallet. The next jump is also ready here, as we can see. Mono P, how is that one gonna go? That one, oh no, that one got hit. That one got hit. Now this makes it very different. That is 1 wand that has become useless right there, as we can see. Jumps over right here immediately. Did not get hit, but is there a pallet stun? There is no pallet stun coming from Mono P. It seems like Mono P wants to utilize this pallet as long as possible. Here, as we can see as well, the peepers, the slow down peepers and the slow down pallet drop from the peepers is gonna hurt the most. Misses the pallet mind game right there, sadly. But good news is 2.5 ciphers done. That is the only good news. 2.5 ciphers done. First officer can come in for a before half rescue. But the problem here is they can't aim for a tie. If they aim for a tie, it's going to be a huge advantage. Well, it's going to be a mini advantage here for LuS. But it just simply means that LuS can play it more safe compared to Dawn, who actually has to fight for a 3-man escape for the next one, or a 3-man elimination. Then we can see HU coming in for the rescue. Gets some normal hit right there, as we can see as well. Should be able to get the rescue. It's up to MC Neko right now to see if he can get the level down. But it does seem like Neko does not want to aim for that right now. Instead, playing it a little bit way more safe. The flywheel coming out from Magician, very nicely done. Now once again the pallet mine game, MC Neko winning the pallet mine game once again. Wow, very nicely done by the lizard, as you can see right here. The other two ciphers are being opened currently, but this next problem is still the fact that first officer cipher may be open, but first officer also has to rotate towards the next nearest cipher that has been decoded by his or her teammates. So then the cipher still isn't enough. Cipher still isn't enough at the end of the day. Now here, as you can see as well, first officer coming out, giving the Naiad. It doesn't seem like they want to rescue here because first officer's trails can be seen. Putting in a patroller once again. Can first officer be seen right here? First officer can be seen right here. Ooh, but does not jump over right there, sadly, or else it could have immediately been like a smashdown, which probably would have been better right there. Now first officer coming in for the rescue body block. Very nice body block coming from the first officer right here. Now it's really up to the Magician to contain for as long as possible. Magician, can you dodge this? Magician could not dodge this. Gets the hit there right there. There's only 10% left on each cipher right here. Magician will be returning into the mainer, but there is still a chance for... No, there's no chance. Sorry, there's no chance. A Magician, if first officer still had a stopwatch, then it'll be a different story. But first officer is currently at half health, which can be hit it down right there. Very nicely done. Problem is, no one can rescue. If Magician had a wand, no, not a Magician. If first officer had a wand, it would be a different story. If first officer had a wand, it would have been a different story because the dungeon's right here as well. But sadly, that isn't the case. Yeah, sadly that wasn't the case. First officer was found. First officer was found and was forced to rescue right there. That was still very close though. I would say this tie was more of a miracle tie. LuS MC Neko got Magician down in 2.5 ciphers, but the cipher still finished off fast. Oh, there's a... Lol. Oops, lol. But yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate right there. But let's congratulate the 3-man elimination. No, the tie for LUS's mini advantage there. Let it move.